And as Chris was saying, yeah, certainly wet out there on the roads, but depending on where you live, you might be seeing some of that water freeze. Yeah, we certainly have a chance for some precipitation that is falling as rain, but hitting a freezing surface and turning into a little bit of ice. Now, I walked outside briefly before this hit, and here in Lexington, at least at the station, it is just rain and falling onto surfaces that are above freezing. But in Frankfort, we've had reports of some ice on the windshield, same thing in Moorhead. And what that's basically saying is right north of Interstate 64, you're likely going to have some areas, especially like bridges and overpasses, that have that chance for some freezing rain, maybe a little sleet, or even possibly some wet snow, especially getting further towards Grant, Pendleton, Bracken County, and certainly towards Cincinnati. So if you're traveling from Lexington up towards Cincinnati today, early this morning, you will certainly be crossing several types of precipitation. But as the morning continues, we do warm up and everything turns to just a very cold rain later on this morning. But right now, once again, that dividing line right along Interstate 64. So from Fayette County up towards Scott County, you will have that small chance for some light ice. Now, we're not talking about anything that's going to be pulling down power lines or causing significant issues. A few hundredths of an inch of ice is really all that we are going to get from this because of how thin the line is, but also how warm things are going to be getting briefly, or especially into the end of the morning hours. Now, along the ridge tops, certainly a chance for some of that freezing precipitation as well, but everything else will be rain in the valleys of the southeastern counties. Big expanse, and you see the icing to our east getting going for portions of North Carolina and Virginia, where that is where the significant icing will take place. Also, snow going to be a big issue for the New England states throughout the course of the day today. But for us, we're going to be losing that winter precipitation chance as we get into the late morning hours and that line of mix moves further north. Behind it, a very cold rain, like a 35-degree rain throughout the rest of today, and there will be certainly some heavy spots mixed in at times. But as we get into the evening hours, everything comes to a close with the widespread activity back to cloud coverage, and with a little bit of wraparound residual moisture, there could be some flurries or maybe a little bit of drizzle throughout the course of the day tomorrow. So for the projected snowfall, really the projected precipitation types, you've got that I-64 corridor, wintry mix, maybe a little light ice, wet snow to the north, rain to the south, but eventually throughout the late morning hours, everything changes over to rain. And then tomorrow, with temperatures near freezing or below, it will be a trace of just drizzle or maybe a little bit of flurry action. About a quarter of an inch to 3/4 of an inch for rainfall, so a decent system bringing in some rain with that wintry mix a little early this morning. But snowfall, certainly not the issues that Pennsylvania, portions of New York, and near New York City, there will be some really big snowfall totals, potentially up to 2 feet in some areas. So that's a big deal. Drizzle and flurries tomorrow. We take a break from everything on Friday with a little more sunshine. Things warm up slightly, and we get to a little bit of rain, but a better looking weekend coming up.